Hi everyone, I'm Ken from Crypto Trading KS. If you're new, welcome, and welcome back to our regular community. Let's run the numbers. Bitcoin currently trading at 44,497, down nearly 1%. Ethereum trading at 30.05, down 0.7%. We can see a little bit of green in the market, which is kind of nice. My goal is to assist you to be more of a financial blessing and create real wealth for yourself and those you love. Henry David Thoreau said it really well. Wealth is the ability to fully experience life. That's what we want inside our community. Real wealth is much more than just money. Money is definitely security, but having gratitude and happiness, confidence, generosity, selflessness, inner and outer peace, fulfillment and meaning, they're really good things too. The major problem with success and real wealth is that it exists outside your fear zone. Fear is absolutely debilitating. Fear stops you from so many things in life. It does it to everyone. Over my 20 years of trading, actually a lot more than that, I've developed literally thousands of rules. Rule 333 is a really important rule. Never act on fear. It's also a very difficult rule to apply. Smiley Blanton said it very well. Fear is the most subtle and destructive of all human diseases. Fear is literally a disease. When you see fear as a disease, you don't make it your friend. You look at fear and say, actually, you're not helping me, fear. You're a disease. I need to get rid of you. A very good way to combat the disease of fear: make probabilities your trusted advisor, not fear. I'd just like to make the community aware that the scammers are getting much more sophisticated in how they interact with our really beautiful community. Please be aware of scammers. If anyone asks you for money, claiming to be me or representing me, they're definitely a scammer. The only donation page I have is this site. I'd just like to say thank you to the very generous people who have donated to me on buymeacoffee.com/cryptotradingks. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much. The other thing to note is that we don't have any paid groups. So if somebody says you can join this group and pay, or someone pretends to be me and says I have this advising, I don't. Everything is free, and you can reach out to me and contact me on Twitter or Facebook or in the comments anytime. Rule 174, T-cube, trend, timing and trigger. We're going to look at timing using the KS method. Let's do a quick new sentiment analysis as though we're a new person into investing and trading in crypto. New data suggests Bitcoin could double in price. Wow, that's fantastic. I must go all in now. That's what a new person would say. Twitter CEO Jack Dorsey is trying Bitcoin mining. Oh, that's pretty good. If Jack's doing it, I should do it too. Vitalik, what's Vitalik up to? He's talking about Jack Dorsey doubting something. Oh, something about DeFi. What's DeFi? This is really all about trying to assess new sentiment. Of course we know what DeFi is, but, well, if you don't, I can definitely cover that in a later episode. We're just trying to understand what the headlines, are they positive, are they negative? Bitcoin volatility will drive investors back to gold. Wow, I wonder how gold is going. Top cryptocurrency prices today. Oh, they're slipping. Oh, that's not very good. Coinbase partners, what are they doing? Launching operations in Japan. That's very positive. Draft El Salvador Bitcoin banking regulations release. Well, that sounds nice. Prodigal son returns, the hunger for Bitcoin. There's Bitcoin's got hungry. Oh, people are hungry for Bitcoin. Someone's eating someone out there. Bitcoin and Ethereum exchange exodus. Oh, what's this? Exchange reported exchange flows. Oh, that's a bit complicated. DEX aggregator. Oh, what's a DEX aggregator? 1 inch. Oh, it's 1 inch. To utilize Ethereum scaling solution. Oh, it's utilizing a solution. That's very positive. If we look at the market, we can see the market is a little bit red across the top names, but there is some greenery. It's a bit lush in certain spots and a bit barren, a bit desert in other spots, but it's overall, it's kind of balanced. It's quite interesting. The news tends to reflect current sentiment. Okay, let's look at this one. Bitcoin volatility will drive investors back to gold. Wow, gold must be doing really, really well. Let's look at gold's performance over the past year. Oh, hang on a sec. It's down 8%. Well, that's a lot better. It was down a lot more previously the last few days. S&P 500 is up 30%. Bitcoin is up 275%. Hang on a second. What? I don't quite understand. Why would people investing in Bitcoin go to gold? Oh, there must be some reason. I'm not sure what it is. Let's have a look at crypto total market cap. We can see total market cap is currently $1.886 trillion. We're above a level of support here. Prices, entire crypto market is just trading under a resistance level. There is a lot of support below. This is not particularly surprising. We've had such an enormous rally in crypto over the past month. A retracement was very natural. Price is always moving in a wave. Let's check out Bitcoin's technical analysis. Bitcoin is currently trading at 444.74. That's $44,000, 471 now. We can see resistance above at the 44,602 mark, 45,000, 45,268 mark. Support below at 43,853, 43,249, 43,069, and 42,380. We're not really worried at all about this price action because we understand just how much Bitcoin has rallied. The overall market has rallied substantially. A cooling off in prices is nothing more than profit taking. I was mentioning previously that a reduction down to this red dotted line here, which would come into play around the $43,000 mark or even $42,000, has no problem, no bearing on the crypto market. It can actually go lower than that. If it does, a lot of our community will be very happy, including myself. We can buy at better prices. Our community is really fearless when it comes to price. We don't FOMO, we don't FUD, we don't care. We look at probabilistic outcomes. Price is always moving up and down, up and down. When price gets overextended, it's very natural for it to come back. Just have a bit of a breather before it goes again. If you've managed to watch the trend video, you'll see that the foundations of the trend are still in play, but please keep on it. There's a lot of data there for you to be aware of and understand. If you don't manage to see the trend video, you could exit your own position because of the fear, uncertainty, and doubt that is spread around by mainstream media. Let's look into the engine of Bitcoin. When we go to the BTC futures markets, looking at the perpetuals, we can see fairly substantial short positions aligning. That means we expect to see a reduction in Bitcoin's price. When we see here on the futures market, they're just futures expirations at a certain date. For example, the 24th of September here. We can see it's fairly mixed, about 500 million there, but less than 500 million here. Overall, it's kind of balanced. It's neither here nor there, but it's not predominantly short. That's important. Turning to Bitcoin options, for options expiring at the end of the month, August 27th, total open interest is 30,630.2. Put call ratio 0.63. Max pain price is 40,000. That's the point at which most options expire worthless. It's really important to place your thinking in a rules-based framework. Rules-based thinking is the path to success. Let's have a look at Ethereum's technicals. Ethereum is trading literally at support right now at $29.94 and 54 cents. It has support below at $29.13, $28.48, $27.96, which is structural, $27.41 and $26.79. What we do inside our community is that we place buy orders at support. That's why I read so many out. That's a fantastic way of lowering your average buy price. We can see since EIP 1559 was introduced that $190 million, well, literally $191 million worth of ETH has been burned. Looking at the Ethereum futures market under perpetuals, we can see pressure short term is for Ethereum's price to fall. There's far more shorts on it. Let's look into the futures market. We can see for the 24th of September 21, the expiration more so long in terms of volume. Turning to Ethereum options, we can see for the options expiring at the end of the month, total open interest is 214,865. Put call ratio is 0.74. Max pain price, where the majority of the options expire worthless, is $2,700. Over the past 24 hours, there's been 234.52 million in liquidations across 74,266 trading positions. Over the past 12 hours, about 77% of liquidations were long liquidations. We can see we've got very small, minor liquidations at the present time. Let's have a look over the past 15 minutes. We can see the majority are long liquidations. Turning to fear and greed and liquidations, we can see currently the fear and greed index is 70, indicating greed. We notice that the price on the daily basis of Bitcoin has fallen below this first level of support. It's currently under resistance. That's really no big deal because we know how much Bitcoin has rallied recently. We can also see the max pain level. I had a comment which was, does the max pain level act as a magnet? Can we predict where price is going? Actually, from graphing this over the past couple of months, the answer is not really. As price goes up, the max pain level tends to go up. As price goes down, it tends to go down, but you can see it can remain very static and sometimes it can dip down unexpectedly. It's a very interesting animal, but the predictive capability of max pain is not great. That's why we cover it. I want you to see it with your own eyes. Rule 138. All investors become traders whenever they buy or sell. When people are investors, they're very happy to just buy at market. That is really not such a good idea. You end up paying much, much more than you should for it. Investing is all about the return and lowering your risk. You really want to do that. Lower your risk and raise your return. Trading is all about lowering risk and raising percentage gains. Just as a quick indication, when fear and greed is rampant, well, mainly when greed is rampant in the market, we have ever increasing prices, and that calls people into the market. They tend to buy at the top, and then when there's weakness, they buy the dip. And unfortunately, those dips can get very nasty, as we saw recently. When you trade, you tend to buy under extreme fear conditions. That's where you feel most comfortable. That doesn't mean you can only buy in extreme fear situations, not at all. But that is the general discipline of the mind of a trader. We're all about becoming fearless, using probabilities as our guide. Looking at the Bitcoin stablecoin supply ratio SSR oscillator, we can see stablecoins being deployed into Bitcoin. That's a very good sign. When we look at futures open interest across all exchanges, it doesn't take much to figure out there's a fairly strong relationship between open interest and price. We can see open interest has been falling recently. We're going to look really quickly at the stable coins, Tether, which has a market cap of $64.2 billion, and USD Coin, which is called USDC, with a market cap of $27.5 billion. As governments get more involved in the crypto space, they will seek to create their own stable coins, which are called central bank digital currencies. That means that they could target USDT, USDC, and there are a few other stable coins. When and if we see a flight to safety, we will see the circulating supply start to go down. It will be either transferred out of stable coins into other alts or into fiat currencies. That remains to be seen. But what we're looking at is an early warning system. Right now, we can see that the circulating supply, especially of Tether, is actually increasing. USDC is increasing, but at a decreasing rate. BUSD is increasing, but at a decreasing rate. We can see people are basically going back into Tether. The Department of Justice, the DOGE, could launch an investigation into Tether's backing, how much money it has to back the $1 to $1 ratio. If that occurs and Tether falls under any problems, we'll see severe shorting and a lot of open interest. We don't see anything like that now in the USDT futures market. If we look from the perpetuals now to the futures, we don't see any problem at all with Tether currently. Part of our process, part of the method, is to go through the top 7: Bitcoin, Ethereum, Cardano, Binance Coin, Tether, XRP, and DOGE. Let's look at the greatest gainers over the past 24 hours. AVAX, VGX, Luna, Audio, Arweave, Perp, and Atom. Let's look at the 7-day greatest percent gainers. Audio, Arweave, AVAX, Luna, Solana, Phantom, and Near. Let's go the other way. What are the greatest 24-hour percent losses? Rev, Tel, Ravencoin, Sushi, HT, QTUM, STX. What about the greatest losses over the past 7 days? Telcoin, BTT, OKB, HOT, FTT, RVN, and Uni. Let's have a look at Binance derivatives. This URL is in the description section of this video. Looking at derivatives, we see $74.8 billion 24-hour trading volume, around $9.7 billion 24-hour open interest. We're really interested in this 24-hour percentage column. That gives us a comprehension and understanding of price pressure right now. We can see Bitcoin around -2%, around the same value as Ethereum. So Ethereum and Bitcoin have basically the same downward price pressure at the moment. Looking into the smaller alts, we can see ADA and Sol having positive price pressure. AVAX is a standout, 39.1%. That's got a lot of interest. Atom, 20.4%, SRM, 12.3%, FTM, 10.8%, Algo, 12%. It's very interesting to look into this. It gives you a great edge over others in the market. CTK, 14.4%, Ocean, 8.1%, ICP, 13%, and we just finish off with the futures. Rule 302 is critically important. If you've made it this far and you're looking at this rule, I'm really impressed. You're committed to your learning. You're going to do really well. Please put 302 somewhere in the comments to let me know, just very subtly, that you've seen this particular rule. Rule 302, study the top. It's absolutely critical. Longtime viewers of our channel know that we look for patterns. We're all about pattern recognition. The top patterns will play out again and again on minor coins. It's really important to understand them. The last thing you ever want to do is just to go to your beloved altcoin and study it and ignore everything else. That is literally a guaranteed way to lose money. Let's have a bit of a look at the top movers over the past 3 days. Leading the pack is audio. Look at audio, it's done very, very well. Next is AVAX, you can see that here. Following that is Luna, AR, FTM. You can see FTM starting to spike up just here. Followed by Atom, Sol, Dot, ICP, ADA, BNB, then Bitcoin. Let's have a look at the top 15 over the past 24 hours. We can see out of the top 15, ICP has the greatest percentage gain, followed by ADA, Sol, XRP, Dot, DOGE, VET, BNB, Bitcoin, XLM, ETH, MATIC, Theta, Litecoin, Uni, and then leading up the back, Link. Let's have a look at Binance Coin's technicals. BNB is currently trading at 397.75. It's just above support at 394.76. Support below at 376.29, 366.66, and 358. What we see here is when BNB gets over that particular resistance, that's when it reaches about 405. We'll have a change in trend. That will be really neat. Let's have a look how the other alts are going. ADA was previously partying really hard, and then it said, oh, I feel a bit tired, I need a bit of a break. So it had one. Now look at it, it's starting to party again. It's crossed through that resistance that was inherent at 202.74. Very nice. ADA is currently trading at 212.04. Has resistance immediately above at 214.09. Support below 202.74. 194.79, 18500, and 173.82. We always, in our community, we always love to buy sharp spikes down, especially in crypto, because they can happen very, very quickly. That's why we have buy orders just laying around on these support lines, just sunbaking, having a beer or a coffee or whatever limit buy orders do when they're waiting. It's a very profitable way to trade. Let's have a look at XRP's technicals. XRP is currently trading at 113.22. We can see it's made it above this first level of resistance. That's a really good sign. Now XRP needs to get above basically 126.70 for it to rocket up again. We see that XRP was doing a party hard move here from about the 10th of August upwards to about the 15th. It's just had a bit of a breather, coming back, just chilling a bit. Now it's starting to gather strength. We know it's gathering strength because it crossed this resistance. That is a very, very good thing. XRP has support below at 111.23, 107.80, 103.53, 99.22, and 96.90. I would like to do a shout out to our beautiful community. Misty Copeland had this quote, "Anything is possible when you have the right people there to support you." I read all the comments on YouTube and I do my best to read it across Twitter, Facebook, as well as other platforms. This is really beautiful because it's true. Our group, our community is an incredible community. Everybody makes everybody feel so welcome. Very positive, very constructive. It's a very beautiful community. I just wanted to do a shout out to all the community members and thank them so much for bringing so much positivity into this space. Let's have a look at Dogecoin. Doge is currently trading at 30,227. It is above support. This diagonal support line here, support is coming in around the 29,280 mark. Also there's support at 29,138, 27,989, 26,874 and 25,735. Doge has actually been partying pretty hard as well, as we've seen in the top alts. It's just taking a bit of a breather. We can see it's also passed across a resistance level. I would like to do a bit of TA here for you. There's a very tight resistance line that was forming here on Doge. It got above it, rallied up, hit this resistance level, pushed back. That created, there was a resistance here running through here as well. It hit that resistance, it's accumulating power down the bottom. It's got positive air above this support line. That's a very good sign. Always remember that sharp angles tend to reverse. We always see this kind of price action. It's nothing to worry about. It's very, very common. That's why we always seek to buy at support levels going down. That's rule number 19, sharp angles reverse. A member of the community asked me if we have a list of all of these rules. Yes, I do. I have a list of all of them. The unfortunate thing is that without explanation and the correct timing, they don't make a lot of sense. People may think that they do, but they really don't. A lot of these things, a lot of these rules have to be explained from multiple different dimensions to help explain how they are actually practically applied. So therefore what I do is every episode I talk about lots and lots of rules to help reinforce their power. Every single rule that I have created over the past 20 plus years, I created because it cost me money. For example, sharp angles reverse, rule 19. When I was first starting trading, I didn't know. So what did I do? I FOMO'd in and then the price backed off and I thought, oh my goodness, I got it wrong. And then I sold. I was doing that all the time until I learned sharp angles reverse. It's a rule that will make you a lot of money. Let's have a look at Polkadot. You can see this sharp angle reversed. See that rule playing in immediately. Sharp angles reverse on the negative side as well as the positive side. It's really valuable rule. When you see price just escalating up, going straight up the elevator, straight up the lift, you can actually say, wow, that's pretty unsustainable. That's likely to come down and wave down to support levels. That's actually what happened here. That happens quite a lot in crypto. It's just a feature, it's not a bug. Polkadot is currently trading at 24,037, resistance above at 24,302, support below 23,579, 23,175, 22,661, 22,095. When I look at this particular chart, what I see is that DOT actually crossed across this resistance. Price has made it to the other side of resistance. It's seeking to break out. It has overhead resistance that it needs to get on top of around the 24,936 mark. When it does, it's got a lot less resistance to get through on its march upwards. Let's have a look at Icon's technicals. ICX is currently trading at 1:1631, pretty much at support. It has support below at 1:1011, 1:0459, 98.84 and 94.97. Icon is just below this weekly once support turned to resistance line, but it's not heavy resistance because price is oscillating quite near the line. If it was price was down further, yes, it would be resistance, but it's just mildly resistant at the moment. As Bitcoin repairs itself, because we know no alt can escape Bitcoin's gravity, we will see when icon reaches above 133.83, I think it will do very, very well. Let's have a look at MATIC. Polygon is currently trading at 131.430, support below 126.610, 122.886, 118.745, and 112.672. We can see that MATIC has been under a degree of weakness here. It's continued down. We're looking for MATIC to overcome a level of sharp resistance here. If you imagine drawing a line down there, we want price to get to the other side to change the immediate short-term trend. We can see that when MATIC is trading at around 141.087. I'd just like to do a call out to a person who wrote, a community member who wrote, and he said, Ken, I'm now doing decimal points when I call things out in my head. I used to just round up. One thing we do in the community, we go down to whatever degree of precision that exists in the data, because we find that when we put a whole number in, say it's $1.45 or $1.50, you will find a lot of orders at those levels. It might be hard if you want to get in or you want to get out when you place an order around a whole number. So that's why we go to maximum precision. For example, the price of MATIC right now is 131.859. That just gives you an idea of the precision that we're reading out. It's very cool. And when you come to place buy orders at support levels, you can use the full range of decimal places. It's a very, very pro tip. It's the way to go. It took me a long time to learn Rule 94. Let price come to you. When I first started trading, I was really anxiety ridden. I just wanted to buy whatever it was, and I just wanted to sell whatever it was. I certainly didn't let price come to me at all. When you apply Rule 94, you become instantly profitable because you increase your average selling price and you decrease your average buying price. That over time can really make a huge difference to your profitability. Our channel is all about gaining real wealth. Real wealth is the ability to experience the fullness of life. All of these rules help you in one form or another to do that. Rule 94, let price come to you. It's a really powerful rule. Please let me know in the comments below if you would like me to discuss any rules in further detail. I'm really happy to do that. Of course, anytime, anything that I can do to help the community. Several community members reached out and said, Ken, how does this layer buying work? Do I put equal amounts on every single level? Or do I put greater amounts further down or greater amounts further up? Or how should I do it? The answer is, it really depends on your strategy, and it depends on how the underlying operation of the chart looks. It's dependent on so many factors. I can tell you what I've been doing with Bitcoin. Maybe that will provide some sort of understanding, if you like. When price was up here, I was putting buy orders at support down. I put increasing amounts down further. Now, why do I do that? Because the greater the percentage fall and the greater the percentage rise relatively, you do quite well. I'm always trying to create a zero cost base in terms of looking at any particular alt or Bitcoin and saying, if the price comes down, I don't want to have a net overall negative position. I want to make it at least 0% movement. So that means I tend to buy at higher, well, put more on different support levels going downwards to try and equalize the price. Of course, I need a target for that. And the targets that I'm thinking of personally are around the $42,000 to $43,000 mark. So I tend to go fairly light on some levels and then much heavier on other levels, knowing that will equalize the overall price. There's so many strategies that you can do. I'm doing this very specifically to catch hopefully a falling knife to the 43 mark, but price could even go down to 38. If it does, it's no problem to us as a community. We're prepared for it. I discussed that potential in the trend episode. A few other pointers. If you're a holder, it doesn't really matter because you're looking at buying price when it goes down to hold it for a particular period of time. Of course, the lower you can get on the average buy price, the better. But it's really dependent on very many things. It's a shame to have to say that, but it's absolutely true. There is no one hard and fast rule. I don't have hard and fast rules when it comes to things. We have lots and lots of options. That's why I need to explain the rules from so many different dimensions. But I hope this helps. At least it's a little bit of an insight. I'm happy to cover it off more in upcoming episodes. I hope you found the content useful. Please consider sharing this video if you think it will help others. Thank you to our moderators and admins for keeping our community safe from scammers. Please say hi and let me know where you're viewing from and if you have any questions. If you would like updates on price movements in the crypto market, please subscribe to YouTube and you can join us on Facebook as well. You can follow me on Twitter. I've left details in the description of this video. Crypto is volatile. Always prepare yourself for the best and worst case scenarios. Reality will likely be between them. Stay safe out there, take care, and see you next time. Bye for now.